Hello and welcome back to TeamMark. This TeamMark tip is intended primarily for renewing users who are getting back into the program after the summer. There are a few things that happen inside of TeamMark over the summer that I want to point out to you. Now in this tutorial I'm not talking about enhancements, I'm talking about basic program functionality. And even if you aren't a renewing user, this tutorial will give you an idea of how some of the archiving features work within TeamMark. I'm going to log into the program here. And in most cases, when you log in, you're going to be looking at a screen that looks similar to this. Now normally what you can do is hop right into the program, and the first thing you would do to start accessing different tools is you would pick a team. Well, what's going to happen when you enter the program after a summer break is there will not be any teams in the team drop-down menu. Don't panic. Let me explain why this is. TeamMark works on a yearly calendar, and we roll over our new school year calendar mid to late summer. So when you log into the program, you want to check the year. You will see that TeamMark now says 2012 in that year link. What that means is, if you do not have archiving, your old information is no longer accessible, and you are ready to roll with your 2012-2013 school year. If you have archiving, by clicking on that link, you're going to be able to select any of the years you've subscribed to TeamMark from this drop-down menu. By accessing a previous year, you will be able to view all documentation that was ever entered into the program. This means that you can review past data, you can review agenda topics from previous years, you can view collaboration notes. Everything is saved right here at your fingertips. When you log in with archiving, you can go back and you can view any information from these previous years. If you do not have archiving, this year drop-down menu will just be blank. You won't have any options. So I'm going to stay in my current year, which is now the 2012-2013 school year. And the reason you cannot select a team is because at TeamMark we believe it's very important that teams go in at the beginning of a year and reform their team. This is done using the Team Details tab. And it's a very quick process. Teams can jump in here and literally in 60 seconds you can form a team. They can keep the same name that they've had in previous years. They can change the name. Again, that won't change anything with the archiving. The old information is saved and accessible. So it's a new year. We encourage that teams come in here, make sure that you have the appropriate team members on the team. When they've finished that and they've saved their new team, we also believe it's important that norms be reestablished on a yearly basis. So teams are going to need to go in here and they're going to reestablish their norms. If you used previous team norms, all the team members might not have actually engaged with those. It might not have been a collaborative process with all current team members in establishing those norms. So two things that teams will need to do, or that we strongly encourage teams to do at the beginning of a year, is A, you'll need to form a team. And then again, it's strongly encouraged that teams then go and reestablish their team norms. So two things just to reemphasize once again, when you log into TeamMark, please note that the year has been updated to the 2012-2013 year. So you're ready to start inputting information for the upcoming school year. If you want to view previous year's activity, as long as you have archiving, you just click on that year link. You can select any previous year and everything is saved for you. So there are a few other features I want to show you with archiving. I'm going to log out of this account and log into a new one, and we'll take a look at those features. So I'm now going to log into an account that has archiving and has created some teams for this upcoming year. So I'm going to pick a team. I'm going to go to my A team. This is a demo account, so you'll notice some of the areas are thinner than they would be in an actual school setting. Open this team up. See that my norm pop-up appears. This team has created norms. There they are. And the first place that teams are going to benefit from archiving is in the Classes tool in the upper toolbar and in HomeRoom in the lower toolbar. We go over here to the right side of our screen, you're going to notice this archiving link. If you have archiving, you do not need to re-enter all of your students manually. Students from previous years are saved in the program, and you simply pull them over into your new class. So you just work through these drop-down menus. You'll select the previous year. You will select the teacher that your students would have had the year before. And you can just do this through multiple selections. Or there also is an all. I need to choose a year first here. Year. Now you'll see there is an all option. So you can do, let's say you're a 5th grade teacher. You can do all teachers at the 4th grade level for the previous year, because those students would now be 5th graders. So once you've made those selections, you would set their new grade level. So let's say you're a 5th grade teacher. You would say 5th grade on this side, and you're pulling from last year's 4th grade students. Those students would all appear in this box. You would select the students that are in your class. You would add them to your list by clicking the Add link, and then you would save that. So again, you can see it's very simple with archiving to just pull students into your current year from previous years. And the other place that teams are going to benefit from archiving is in the Teams tab in the upper toolbar and the Essential Learning tool in the lower toolbar. And here again you will see is the archiving link. By clicking on that archive link, you are now going to be able to replicate Essential Learning objective calendars and take them from previous years and populate them into your current year without having to retype all the information. We're going to go to our previous year as 2011-2012. I'm going to select Reading SFA first semester. You'll see all of my Essential Learning objectives from the previous year are still accessible from the program. I'm going to select this entire list, and I'm going to add it to my selected objectives list on the right-hand side here. I'm going to save that. Now, what's happened is that information has automatically been populated into the program. So here you'll see in my subjects is my Reading SFA first semester. I just pulled that right over from last year. And what's great is in our Essential Learning tool, if I pull up that subject, you'll see that everything carries over from the previous year. Your objectives, your assessment dates, which will most likely need to be edited, and then your notes as well. That's very valuable. So again, the more you put into TeamMark, the more you have to use in subsequent years. So if you're taking notes with your Essential Learning objectives, those are accessible for as long as you continue to archive that information. So you can see there are a few advantages to archiving. First of all, I want to point out that viewing previous collaboration activity is right at your fingertips just by choosing from the year link and then selecting the year you'd like to view from the drop-down menu. That's only accessible if you have archiving. And secondly are the team advantages of archiving. The first of which I pointed out was in classes, under HomeRoom. There's your archiving link for pulling students into your current year from previous years. And secondly was from the Teams tool in your Essential Learning. You can archive your Essential Learning objectives and pull them from previous years into your current year. So those are just a few things to point out. Again, if you're just getting back into the program after your summer break, don't panic when you notice there are no teams. Teams need to be recreated on a yearly basis. And if you're clicking around and you're finding nothing in the program, that's because we've rolled over to the 2012-2013 school year. So if you want to view previous activity, just choose from that drop-down menu. Encourage your teams, establish their teams early, get in there and work on some norms. These are some very basic tasks that can easily be accomplished in a few minutes at the beginning of the year. As always, if you have any questions or if you're stuck somewhere, please don't hesitate to give us a call, send us an email, get in touch with your TeamMark coach, and we'd be happy to walk you through how to get into the program. We hope you've had a great summer. Welcome back to a new school year. We hope you enjoy TeamMark, and we look forward to talking with you soon. Happy collaborating.